Alright, in this lecture, we're going to go over contouring lines even further. So, like I said, observation is one of the most important parts when it comes to drawing. You need to learn to observe things. Now, we're going to draw my boot from life, but the thing is that most people make a mistake on is they usually look at their drawing too much and they don't look at the object enough. You should be spending more time looking at the object than you do looking at your drawing. You need to be studying every tiny little thing. So for example, let me grab my boot. You'll see right here, we have this corner and then we have this angle, right? Now, if I were drawing it, if I spent all my time looking at my drawing and 10% of the time looking at this angle, I'd probably get the incorrect angle. But by looking at this angle over and over again and then looking at my drawing for a little while and then looking back at this angle and studying it and trying to figure out what angle that is, I'll be able to draw that a lot better. Same with everything else on this boot. So you want to spend most of your time looking at the object and hardly any time looking at your artwork. Trust me, this sounds counterintuitive, but believe me, this will make your art look way better the more you start observing from real life. So let's go ahead and get started. So with this, I'm going to spend about 50% of my time looking at my drawing and about 50% of the time looking at my boot. So I'm going to go ahead and start drawing. Now, this is not going to be an endless line contouring drawing. I just want to actually draw the lines and the shapes that I see in my boot there. So all I'm going to do is I'm just going to look at my boot and then I'm going to draw the line that I see. So that's the outer edge of my boot, the sole of my boot at least. Here's the bottom part of my boot. There's that sole. It comes over like so. So for example, I want to make sure that I get this shape correct. So I'm spending a lot of time looking at my boot, but then as I draw this line, I want to make sure that I'm looking at my drawing. That way I create the correct thickness of the sole of my boot. Otherwise, it's going to look off. And even right here, I started to look away, and that's why it's off. So I'm going to take my eraser, and I'm going to go ahead and erase that. And then I'm going to go ahead and sort of redraw that in, like so. And then I can finish the sole of my boot. Then I can work on the next shape that I see, which is this back part of the boot, which kind of curves up like so. And then I can start on this tip of the boot, or the toe of the boot. And then I also kind of see this shape right here. And I also see a shape like so. And that kind of curves around like that. And this back area is a little bit off, so I'm going to go ahead and erase that. Now I'm pressing a little bit hard with my pencils, so you want to make sure that if you want to erase, you're not pressing too hard. You can always go back and press harder. So I'm going to redraw this so it's not so curved. And then we'll have a little bit more area for the foot to fit into the boot. And then I'm also